Welcome on this beautiful Thanksgiving day. We're going to do a little bit of reading before we get ready to go off for dinner. Reading again from the Seeker's Journal. We're picking up where we left off. We're picking up from entry number 66, and we'll read through 68. Short reading today. Journal entry 66. Almost dreamless, except for dreaming about talking with people about success. In the dream, I met with a few people that were known for working with people who had difficulty being successful because of their ideas about money and success. I am wondering if I have the same issue. Selling spirituality to me seems counter-spiritual. I don't want to sell my wares like a huckster. I see many so-called teachers making commercials and talking about great cures for the world that they are willing to sell. I find it difficult to swallow, even though I know that they need to make a living, and that many of the people who are interested in such things today aren't interested enough or don't care enough to realize that the person providing those services need to survive. So I'm split. I have been cleansing my subconscious, meditating for years, doing Ho'oponopono. I know deep down that I am on the right path, and I am not willing to sell religion or spirituality. Those who need me will come to me. I may make public appearances, but I'm not going to try to sell myself. This may end up being a problem, I add. Journal entry number 67. Had two disheartening dreams. I was on a journey on both of the dreams with people who meant a lot to me. And then they just got up and walked away, leaving me to finish the journey myself. This is a recurring dream. This time my mother walked away for no reason, and the goddess walked away for no reason. The dreams were horrible and painful. I awakened after each one, wondering what they were about and if I had offended someone the night before and was clearing it in these dreams. Later, with the help of my guides, I realized that it was first chakra cleansing work. In the second dream, I took an elevator to a train underneath the ground, and all of this took place there. I understood from that I had a deeply planted feeling in the past, before I had image or vocabulary, that I had done something to offend people I loved, and they walked off from me and would always walk off and desert me. This feeling, or these actions from this feeling unrecognized, causes a great deal of uneasiness in my life as I chart my own path and try to be true to myself. I fight against it. But the uneasiness comes from the fact that it is always there. I wonder how this belief affects the rest of my life. My guides remind me that this was just a belief, and it wasn't real. She reminded me that the world was not that way, and the people who really love you will never just walk away like that, and that has never happened. She reminded me that dreams are only beliefs that arise so that we can decide whether we want to hold on to them to enhance our lives or let go of them, and I'd like to repeat that so people will begin to understand that when they have horrifying dreams, dreams are only beliefs that arise so that we can decide whether we want to hold on to them to enhance our lives or let go of them. I decided to let go of this one. The thing about it is that the dreams are not released until we arrive at a place where we are ready to face those beliefs and decide if we want to have them anymore. I choose not to have the beliefs. The mind is miraculous. All parts of the mind are, when they are allowed to function and are healthy. It is therefore very important to cultivate our minds as well as our hearts through meditation, exercise, learning, and the other paths, the many other paths that lead to healthy growth, so that when we have spiritual experiences, we are ready for them and will not be deceived by unhealthy egos or thoughts and ideas that are warped and unreal, created by other people. This is the last entry I'll be reading, and you can look forward to hearing some more later on. Please subscribe, hit the bell so our new broadcasts and videos will come up for you, and so that we will be able to provide you with more material, more videos, and more wisdom and knowledge as we gain it ourselves. Journal entry number 68. My guide said, "Come with me. We are going on a journey. We are going to leave your world." I relaxed, breathed deeply, and went into a deep meditative state. My awareness moved to an empty space. There was nothing there but us. She said that we were between time and space at the core of existence. We stayed there for some time looking out of that space into the night sky. We were in deep space looking at stars and planets, listening to the silence, and then I drifted off into a deep sleep, a very, very deep dream state. In that state I was on the earth, but it was the future. I looked for something with a date on it. It said 72. For some reason, I took it to mean the 72nd century, but it could have meant 2072. I was hanging around with a person who had been a space pilot and who had owned his own ship. Somehow, he had been tricked into volunteering as a captain for some group. As we were going to his ship, I came across a guy bringing antique furniture into his house. He had a hideaway chair that he didn't know how to operate. I was well aware of how it worked because it had come from my time period. So I told him how. He sat in it and began to rock. It slowly began to lift. I realized that there was less gravity here. We laughed about it. When we walked outside, I noticed how simple things were and how peaceful it seemed. We seemed to be in a city, but it was quiet. I hadn't even seen any cars. I asked them if there was any violence anywhere on the planet. My friend pointed to what looked like a nearby parking lot which was empty. Apparently, it had been a graveyard before a war long ago. He was surprised to find some devices on it that looked like computer interfaces where one could view them to see what had happened there that had recently been added. Apparently, their only violence was the memory of war. I stayed around there for an hour or two, just wondering about the possibility and wondering if the world would even be here that long. Perhaps I was in another timeline or in another dimension, but I thought it was a view of our future. I wondered if it was an attempt by my guide to either give me comfort and stop me from giving up on humanity, or to try to draw me back into another life in the future where things would be beautiful. I didn't ask her. I am still pondering the experience. That is the short reading for today. Join us. Visit our website. You will find the information below. And especially, leave some comments, hit the bell, and subscribe. Namaste, and happy Thanksgiving.